Hello and welcome to part 3 of the applique wall hanging for Machine Embroider Your Life from American Quilter Society and Eversewn. You can find a link to parts 1 and 2 down in the description as well as written instructions. Let's get started. To complete the project, we need the following supplies. We have the top that we made in part 1 and 2, some craft spray based, a ruler and rotary cutter, a piece of backing that is larger than our top. In my machine, I have some top stitching thread and I've installed my walking foot. With that, we're ready to get to stitching. We're going to spray baste our backing onto the wrong side of our top piece. We're doing this because it's going to hide the tying off that our different embroidery areas have. And to start, we want to take our spray baste and we're going to just do a few little blasts to the area. We don't need it all over, just enough to make it adhesive. Usually you want to do this in a well-ventilated area away from your machine. All right, and then I like to take my piece of backing, fold it into quarters, and then I can line it up and start unfolding. I'm just smoothing it out while the adhesive dries, making sure all my seams stayed flat. And then once it's dried, I can turn it over and see that I have excess around all 4 edges. And with that, I'm good to stitch. I have my machine set with a decorative stitch that has even design on both sides and a clear center point. This is going to let me put my walking foot right on that center seam where our blocks come together on the quilt sandwich. And I'm going to use this decorative stitch to attach the backing to our front quilt sandwich. So with that all set, let's start stitching. With the proper quilting done, we're going to do a quick basting stitch around the edge of the top of the quilt sandwich. This is just going to help it as we go to trimming. So I've got a very long stitch length set and I'm going to be stitching about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. So let's get to stitching. Now with the edges all basted, we're ready to trim all the edges even. So I like to measure against that block, that inner seam. That gives me a nice straight edge out here. So I can trim. And then you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. And this is where it can be really handy to come in with 2 rulers, just to help you maintain that really straight edge. And then repeat on the other 2 sides. On the 3rd side, I've lined up along the bottom to that cut edge and then trim. And the final side, again with the 2 rulers. Make sure absolutely everything is square. And with it all lined up, 1 final trim and we're done. Now all that's left to do is to bind it using your preferred method. That's it for this project, and it wraps up Machine Embroider Your Life from American Quilter Society and Eversewn. I've had so much fun making these projects with you, and I hope you come back soon to see even more from us. Stick around to hear more about the Eversewn Sparrow X. A special thanks to our sponsor, Eversewn. I'm having so much fun making projects with my Eversewn Sparrow X. If you'd like to get to know the machine a little better, you can download the Eversewn Pro app right now. You can find it in the App Store or Google Play Store. And to learn more about the machine, check out the link in the description below for a walkthrough video. Thanks for watching.